Megan, thank you. Developing right now, history playing out in our country.
For the first time ever, a former president is indicted on 7 federal charges. A grand jury indicted former President Trump on 7 criminal charges related to classified documents found at his Mar-a-Lago home. We learned overnight that at least 1 charge is related to the Espionage Act. In the last 4 hours, Trump has been posting on his Truth Social platform, declaring his innocence and reposting comments from others showing their support for him. There's a lot to break down here. Bree Jackson is in Washington right now tracking the fallout.
Mr. Trump, can we have
Former President Trump indicted on 7 criminal charges in connection to more than 100 classified documents seized from his Florida estate. Trump claiming innocence in this video posted online.
I did nothing wrong, and we will fight this out just like we've been fighting for 7 years.
The indictment is sealed, but 2 sources briefed on the matter say charges include false statements. His legal team says there's at least 1 charge related to the Espionage Act.
I think there was a conspiracy count as well. There's not going to be an arrest. This is coming in on a summons.
A spokesperson for the special counsel declined to comment on the case. Experts say let the legal process play out.
It's not enough that you have a strong case. It is also important that the public understand that this is not selective prosecution, that this is not somebody who's singled out, that he is being treated just like anyone else, and there are legions of cases of people who did far less who are in jail because of this kind of conduct.
Trump allies are weighing in. On Twitter, House Speaker Kevin McCarthy called the indictment a dark day for the United States of America. GOP presidential challengers are also defending the frontrunner.
What we've seen over the last several years is the weaponization of the Department of Justice against the former president.
Trump insists the charges are politically motivated.
They're trying to destroy your reputation so they can win an election.
This marks the 2nd time the former president has been indicted since he left office. And former President Trump is scheduled to appear at the federal courthouse in Miami next Tuesday. In Washington, Bree Jackson, NBC News.
This is just one battle the former president is facing. He was criminally charged in March on 34 counts of falsifying records related to bribing adult film star Stormy Daniels with hush money. He's pled not guilty to all of them. In May, the former president was found liable in a civil case of sexual abuse of columnist E. Jean Carroll. The DOJ is also investigating him for his role in the January 6th attack on the Capitol, and in Georgia, a similar investigation into efforts to overturn the 2020 election. One other note to point out here, classified materials were also found at President Biden's Delaware home and former office. A special counsel was appointed earlier this year to figure out how those materials ended up here. That investigation is still ongoing. Now, coming up here after sunrise, former President Trump's attorney James Trusty will sit down with Craig Melvin on the Today Show. Back here at home, our other big story, the Maddie Kingsbury case.
That's right, just hours from now, Adam Fravel, the father of her children, is expected to be charged in her death. And Cece's here breaking down new details that we just got from investigators.
Yeah, a lot of new details to unpack from investigators. But first, we want to show you some aerials of where Maddie was found. Take a look at your screen. So the sheriff's deputy found her body here in this wooded area that's right near Mabel, which is an hour south of Winona. Now, this area is not too far, probably within minutes from where the Fravel family owns property. Now, investigators say they did search this area. You see, it's a very wooded area. So they did search it, but last time the body was concealed. They say digital evidence led them back to this spot. Now, police say Fravel was arrested shortly after Maddie's remains were found. Right now, Fravel's being held at the Winona County Jail on suspicion of murder. In a statement, Maddie's family said they're relieved her body's been found and they're certain the right person has been charged in her murder. Fravel has long maintained his innocence, even though he was the last known person to see Maddie alive. So that begs the question, what comes next for him? Well, Fravel needs to be charged within 36 hours of his arrest or he'll be released unless prosecutors receive an extension. Prosecutors need to determine which county any alleged crimes happened in. Now, since Fravel hasn't been charged yet, investigators are keeping a lot of details secret for now. Once he's charged, though, he'll make his first appearance in court. Coming up in about 30 minutes, we hear emotional sound from Maddie's family and friends as these new developments unfold.
All right, Cece, thank you. And of course, we're going to have a crew at the Winona County Courthouse working to find out more and bring you any updates as soon as we learn them. So be sure to tune in on air and online at KARE11.com. 6:07 is the time, and staying on top of breaking news out of St. Paul. In the last 15 minutes, crews wrapped up the scene of a porch fire on Holly Avenue at Dale Street. You see the house there. About 40 minutes ago, we heard from the deputy chief. He told us one person is in the hospital right now being checked out for smoke inhalation after being rescued from that second floor of the house. The chief says while on scene, some of the crew was pulled to fight another fire at a second location nearby. We're still working to find out where that second fire happened.
Taking a live look from Philadelphia this morning, you can see the air is thick still with smoke from the wildfires in Canada. That smoke is now moving to the southern parts of the East Coast. The FAA has been monitoring conditions to see if any airports in the mid-Atlantic and the South need to do a ground stop. NBC's Emily Akeda is following where the smoke is heading next.
Good morning. Well, millions are bracing for a fourth day of poor air quality as we continue to see those monstrous plumes of smoke make their way down south from Canada into the mid-Atlantic region. Yesterday, we saw New York City pass the torch to Philadelphia, which recorded the world's worst air quality, nearly maxing out the air quality index with an AQI of 444. And while we are seeing some improvement in that hazardous haze, you can see the skies are slightly clearer behind me. Air quality alerts continue to be extended along the I-95 corridor, and officials are urging people not to let their guard down. That's all coming up on Today.
A big moment happening in Minneapolis this weekend. In just over 36 hours, the Uptown Theater will officially reopen and host its first show in more than 2 years.
I'm Heidi Wigdahl. The Uptown Theater is back and entering a new chapter. Swervo Development worked 2.5 years on the project, transforming it from a movie theater to multi-purpose event venue. It'll host everything from live music to comedy to weddings for up to 2,500 people. Supporters of the project believe it will attract new business to the area. If you want to check it out for yourself, the Uptown Theater kickoff party is on Saturday night featuring the Minneapolis-based band Yam House.
Egan's Schultz Lake will reopen in a few hours, 1 week after it closed because of a potential norovirus outbreak. Dakota County says the health department has given them the go-ahead to reopen the lake at Lebanon Hills Regional Park. They're reminding people to not go in the water if you've been sick to your stomach in the last 72 hours. So it looks like today's a good day for the lake, Sunday good day for the lake, maybe tomorrow not so much.
Not so much because of those shower and storm chances. But Jason, you're outside, so how does it feel?
It feels good. Feels
there it
great.
is.
Love it out here.
Feeling good. This is a feel-good forecast Friday. So happy Friday to you at home watching. Hope you have a wonderful weekend. 83 yesterday. Today is going to be a few degrees warmer than yesterday, but we're going to keep those dew points nice and low. We're going to keep the humidity low for us. Average high 77, average low 58. Look at the record. Back in 1985, we hit 102 degrees. That's hot. Right? Nowhere close to that today. Looking over our Golden Valley sky cam, you can see downtown Minneapolis. Beautiful shot here with the golden hour, as I like to say. We're not tracking any rain or anything like that on radar. Just a couple showers well out west over South Dakota. Temperatures right now in the low 60s. East winds, or southeast winds rather, at just 5 miles per hour. I think it feels pretty good, but that southeast wind's going to transport some humidity our way as we get into tomorrow. We're going to have a little more moisture to work with, but temperatures aren't going to be so hot tomorrow that it's going to put us inside. We have shower and storm chances, so we'll have to watch that with those dew points up there. We'll see some storms just kind of pop up for tomorrow. All right, tonight storms pop up isolated into tomorrow morning, but tomorrow afternoon better shot for rain at 80. Sunday 75, cooler and breezy. 79 Monday, beautiful, perfect way to start the work week next week. We start warming up next week, so get ready for that. Summer will make its return. That feel like on the skin with hot and humid conditions on Thursday. 89, hot and humid, so get ready to cool off.
All right, Guy, thank you. Coming up in less than 3 minutes, a pride flag stolen in West St. Paul has sparked a movement of support. The way they're coming together to spread the love and do some good.
Then at 6:45, a growing problem for a lot of families across Minnesota, keeping kids fed during the summer. What you can do to help stop hunger.